Ladies and oinkers, welcome to the Last Rites. Whatever this is this the podcast episode? Maybe. Today you're going to do a Brighton Fringe recap. So if anyone's commenting, please forgive me if I don't see your comment right away, although I will try. Brighton Fringe 2023. Booked months ago. Chaos. Tried to hire an artist. Might have threatened to do something to the artist. Anyway, that didn't happen. We had to muddle through, but we got there. So if you are thinking of going performing, hopefully this will be some use to you, or if you're used to it, you can laugh at some of my travails. Let's go through the week, though. Tuesday, I go down to my hometown in the countryside, just outside London, and it was nice to go back and also split the journey up from Manchester to Brighton. It's a bit far, so I'll pop into London, pop out to the family, Brighton, come back, and all that stuff. But accidentally got the mother cooked me some nice home cooked food first of all. Unfortunately, I was just checking the mic. Unfortunately, I got drunk. I had a few cans of beer. I walked down to the old town, beautiful 15th century old town. What did I do in there? I walked around, I went over my set a few times, and then I pissed in the churchyard. And then as I was finishing a can outside the churchyard, I vomited back up. Some watery vomit straight on the floor in the church. So I peed and vomited in the church, for which, my Lord and Savior, I do apologize. If that for some reason affects what you'll do to me after I die, then I've got to tell you, I don't know what to say. I did it, but isn't admitting it halfway to forgiveness or something? I think it's in the rule book. No, I did that. Then I went to the beautiful Saracen's Head Inn. Pop back there a couple of times a year now, but I still know the bar. I know some of the bar stuff from 20 years ago. It's wild. Yeah, from around town and all that. Wild times. So Brighton, of course, Wednesday, I'm hungover. I travel all the way down. It's 3:15 when I get there. But it's kind of nice. You come out and you think, but you forget it's by the seaside. It's just, you don't forget it's by the sea, but the feeling is, seagulls. Nice. This is nice. We've got seagulls. There were seagulls in Slough, which is the only place that's nowhere near the sea that I know them. They used to live on the fly tips and the rubbish dumps and all that stuff. And they're still around there. Maybe it's the Mars factory. Maybe it's close to the royal family. Who knows why the seagulls are there? Maybe they're the spies for the royals. Can lizard drone pilot seagulls? I've no idea. But yeah, I can't remember what I did first. I think I stayed in a little guest house, 100-year-old guest house, but it's got digital codes to get in. The security floor is, though, I could go back there now when someone's in there and get them with the same code. It's 78.90 and 25.25 for the door. Anyway, didn't tell you which guest house it was, so it's not technically illegal. But it was nice. It was small, but you can hear people walking around and stuff, but it was nice enough. The kettle wouldn't plug in, all that business. Anyway, horrendous coffee. But got over to the Ledwood Centre, who were providing passes and all that stuff and discounts. So if you're in Brighton as any artist at all, go to the Ledwood Centre. Make sure you get over there because they will give you discounts for your passes. You get cheap coffee and I had a Southern Fried vegan thing, but it's because all they had. But the millionaire shortbread is out of this world. So make sure you get down there, go and hang out, write some notes and all that stuff. And you forget how cool Brighton is as well. I love the lanes. I like the just the food, the bars, everything. The pubs, they make such an effort with the pubs and the artwork, all that good stuff. But yeah, it started out relatively stressful and all the panic and everything because I was basically the only one organising stuff. But we'll talk a little bit more about that later. Like you didn't say your dick pic on there. It was just the menu of the phone. Checked out the venue, did all blah, blah, blah. Got to the show, managed to get some people in there, all that stuff. And then it started to get a bit chaotic. And the stress had caught up with me. I was definitely manic on the first night, definitely yelling. And at one point, there's a video of me asking, is that my beer? Because I'd yelled, so I'd got dried spit up the face. And it was not, it was a bad one. At one point, a man's getting arrested outside the venue. And I yell half on the mic, half off. Come in and watch the show. Don't worry about these two. I'll kick the fuck out of them. So that's threatening to beat up police officers at the police office. They didn't do anything, luckily. They were too busy arresting the guy. But then the second car pulled up and they opened the boot. And I thought, I hid and just said to everyone, listen, if the police come in, film it. It'll be good for promotion tomorrow. I'll be out by tomorrow anyway. But they didn't come in. But it was a good fun one. So the second day was more chill, walk in the sunshine, went on Mine Dog, sat on the beach, knew my way around a little bit better. Had to get a replacement pass. Oh, we got a complaint from the venue about overrunning by 30 minutes. But you know what? It was chaotic. Who cares about 13 minutes, you loser? We were the last ones anyway. Not going to name the venue because we had further problems. But it was more chill, except for something like 12 minutes before or 18 minutes before. A stoned member of staff came up to me and was like, "Hey, man, you've got to be out by 11." And I was like, "No, we don't. No, we don't." Because since November, it's been 10:30 to 11:30. That's when we've got this room for. No, we don't. In the end, I was like, "Oh, well, okay," and we were trying to figure out what to do, and we thought, "Oh, we're going to push it a bit." But then I said, "Well, we'll make them physically remove us. We'll fight them, and we'll just try and be in there. We might get banned forever." Long fight. It was just the accumulation of everything. Ghost shovels in. It was the accumulation of everything for 2 days, but it was more chill until that time, and it just went off. So less manic on the second day overall, but it was an odd experience anyway. I mean, yeah, but good. I guess that's all the events that really happens. Apart from my solo drunk walks after. Oh yeah, it was my birthday. It was my birthday at midnight officially after that second one, and I forgot. I kept forgetting. People saying happy birthday and all that. Then they left, and I was in the bar on my own, and I was already still annoyed about them. But then they said happy birthday and gave me a free shot, so I was all conflicted about how angry I should be. And then for the second night in a row, I walked with my beer and did some sort of weird late night Twitch stream. Odd behavior. The first night I'd walked someone home that I didn't know because I was worried. I was worried as a human. I was like, they're too drunk to get home. But I thought, I'm not going to ask because what do you go up and say, do you want some help? And then you're a fucking problem. So I just said, no. And they disappeared. I was like, right, out of my hands. But I did walk around the corner and bumped into them again. And I was like, are you okay? And then, yeah, managed to get them home. So I walked Tuesday to Friday. I walked 69 kilometers, the majority of which was in Brighton. So I think I walked 40 kilometers or so in the 2 days in Brighton. And I should have been doing other comedy related things, but I was just walking around. So 69 kilometers. It's I don't know what 50 miles. It's not bad for the week, but yeah. So it's officially my birthday, but I kept forgetting, and I went back to see my family on Friday. It wasn't for my birthday; it just happened to be on my birthday. Listen, I had a kebab and a lay down. I had a. Shannon also paid £100 to get some fake tits as well, which she's a mental patient, but I can't show that on Twitch, can I? Really? But she is a mental patient there. How unfortunate. But yeah, I'm trying to find the picture of the kebab. It's a good kebab from Fat Kebabs in when did I go? My birthday, right? Yeah, the day started out with a very hangover day. Now come on. You're getting your lips around that or what? You're shoving that down your fucking neck. It's all right. The vegetables nice and fresh there. The meat was good. It was large. It's bigger than it looks. And chips. Kebab and chips. That was my birthday after traveling back from Brighton to my family's place. And then I just laid horizontal for about 2.5 days, apart from one very small walk. So basically, I was just very tired, just sort of zoning down. And that was it. But yeah, if you're down in Brighton and you are performing there, even if you're a Bangkok ladyboy, which is okay to say because there's a show called it, go to Ledwood Centre and get cheap but good Americana. I had a good Americana there 2 days running. The vegan southern fried chicken wasn't good, and the only reason I got a vegan thing was because they didn't have a meat one, so I just got that when in Rome and all that. But it wasn't that great. But the coffee was good. I did enjoy it. I don't know what coffee they use, but it's about £1 with your discount and all that stuff. I don't know if a public liability insurance includes getting arrested or potentially arguing with the venue staff and clunking them over the head, but I think I have it for a year, so I can break stuff. Basically, is allowed. Stephen Cat, Staring Turtle. Yeah, of course, making as much sense as ever. Sweetie, tell a bit of some booty, yeah. Long face. Sorry, I've got mouse issues here. Not real mice. There we go. The mouse is on the correct screen. At the last couple of streams, I have had internet issues from this room, but it's not happening today. Good morning, good afternoon, Steve and Cat. Haven't checked out your video yet, but everyone go Sugar Cat. Is it Sugar Cat Loaf on YouTube? The best singer in New York that has got me high. Yeah, you know what? I was so hungry. I just forgotten to eat when I got that KFC. I was so hungry. It was all right. It was just like, yeah, it wasn't great. But again, yeah, fat kebabs. It's just I don't even know how they make kebab meat, because I think it's reconstituted, right? Because it's on like a big donkey leg. So I assume it's all minced up and then packed back together. I think it's layered up, right? But in England, the kebab is where you go when you're drunk, but you can all. My mum and dad are in their 70s and they love a kebab. So on my birthday, my mum was apologizing that that we were going to get food in like an Indian or something like that. And they were like, oh, it's too bit late, but we can get a kebab. I was like, yes, that's all I want. I don't really want anything for my birthday ever. But if you want to get me something, just get me a kebab and I'll have a lay down. I didn't even have any booze because I'd had 3 days on it. And I'm struggling now. I was sick on Tuesday, Wednesday and Thursday, the festival stuff, but I was just struggling with beer. I just didn't drink that much even in the week. I was just struggling with it. Maybe it's gut cancer. Maybe the gut cancer is finally here. And no booze since as well. So heading in a reasonably sober week. Listen, we're getting nice weather here in Manchester right now. I think Thursday night might go off. Friday night I'm supposed to be going out. You know, drinks and that, bit of dinner, an Italian place. And then Saturday, I'm thinking about doing a long stream. I'm thinking about trying to get hold of Jamie Dykes, if not George Willoughby, maybe a couple of others, and just having a few hours on the old YouTubes or whatever we'll do on Saturday. From probably, I might start early, so like 10 a.m. Eastern, and just go through until I decide what to do. I've got some stuff coming up, but I don't know what it is. So I think I can drink with you guys for a few hours on Saturday. Yeah, I agree. Anyway, that's one. Look at that, 13 minutes. 13 minutes of an actual topic and things to say. But that'll do. I'll cut that up and put it on YouTube later. That'll do. Helpful advice for people who go to Brighton. Fight venue owner. If they come up to you at 10:30 at night and say, you got to get out in a minute, say no, and then hope that the wonderful Ben, who was doing the admin for the whole hundreds of venues and all that he had to deal with, he was on an email right back to me at 10:20 or whenever it was. It was pretty late on Thursday. And the screenshots that he sent me and blackmail information was enough to get the staff to go, okay. And that was that. So yeah, stand up for yourself is what I'm saying. It could have got, because all the time my little decision maker is going around and I'm thinking, shall I just nuke it now? I'm not gonna hit him or anything, but I was like, I don't know, I might just say, I will burn your venue, you know, all that stuff goes through your mind. But now, a little wiser, all those options were going through, and then I thought, okay is what I said, and then I went and figured it out with emails like a human being. Lucky I'm just a decrepit fuck at the moment, so you know there isn't going to be any problems from me. But they're all right in the end. I got a free shot of Jaeger. I don't even like Jaeger, and it's just a gypsy drink. I said it, but it, yeah, but it was free, and I went, all right, cheers. But we have got to ask you to leave. I was like, I know, I want to go. Where are you celebrating? The guest house. I'm going to walk back to the guest house and drink water from the, I believe, non-potable sink, which means you're not supposed to drink from it because they use the type of glue they use on the pipes and all that stuff. You can't drink from every tap because you get all the poison from the types of glue, and the non-potable glue or whatnot around the pipes is cheaper. So a lot of plumbers will buy that, and you're supposed to say potable. They might not even have that anymore. Most of it might be potable, but this place was so old that it's probably glue from the 70s that I was drinking because it tasted like fucking toilet water. And the tap was some arty funnel thing that just came out. But if you lifted it more than this much, it just went all over the floor. And I did that 3 times. But yeah, I wasn't sick anymore. Everything's fine. I did eat a lot of shit though. But, I walked 69 kilometers, 50 fucking miles at least in a few days. So balances out. Health is there. Was going to talk about Philip Schofield today, but I'm going to do that tomorrow. I'm going to do just the Philip Schofield one tomorrow. Plenty to say on that. We've all known about it for years, haven't we? The groomy old, the groomy old Savile-like bastard who came out as gay to cover stuff up. The spacey defense, but we'll talk about it tomorrow. Oh, I need to prepare some videos for that. Oh, Scof. But yeah, it's all fun. That's a good one. That's about another national treasure of the UK's broadcasting industry that's basically been can we say nonce? I don't know. We'll talk about that tomorrow, I think. I don't want to have a subject to talk to for the rest of this. 15 minutes was fine. 15 minutes was absolutely fine. Now I can talk shit for 15 and you can all fuck off. Send the shirt to you. You're an occasional gypsy. Shirt. And I can't remember what I was talking about now. Shot. You meet Kelly means shot. I said shot, not shirt. Just to make sure. OGM's lurking. How we doing? Go check out OGM. Go check out OGM busting some heads over there in Call of Duty right now. I'll be back in there directly after this. And I'm thinking about getting some. I'm DC inspired. Maybe I'm just copying everyone. I'm DC inspired. I'm thinking about getting some costumes, man. I think I could dress up occasionally. Listen, you can all see Man around dressing up, but that's not me. That's her. That's someone else. But I'm thinking about, I don't know, what should I thought about, a hell demon. Shall I dress up as a hell demon? Art the Clown from Terrifier would be fantastic, but I need someone to do the makeup. I don't know how to do the makeup and all that stuff. I could probably have a go, but I'm just not experienced with face painting. I could dress up as the Black Little Mermaid, or I don't know. Yeah, anything. I don't mind. Suggestions available. Oh, you got cut off? I don't know if did you get cut off from me or did you get cut off from you? Ghosts, because I'm trying to keep an eye on the signal here. It's fine, but I've had some issues with StreamYard the last couple of weeks from this room. Do you like to feel like puberty hit finally? Feel like puberty finally? I don't know. Can I want Shannon's breastplate? It's probably about $120. She paid for that. Now she's a bit of a jippo as well. She got some shit ones and then sent them back a couple of weeks ago. But she just came when she first came out in this little area we were sat in earlier. It looked pretty good because it was covered with a little scarf, and it's like they look pretty good. And I was like, Jesus, they look pretty good. They feel good. But then she got we've got a lot to deal with Shannon about. We'll have to get her on. We'll get her on the show next week maybe. But they are pretty good. They feel pretty good as well. Quite realistic, But for $120, £100 ish. They come in a little carry case as well. Pretty good. Ornamental gardens in the middle of Sussex. What are you doing in an ornamental garden? Are you looking at ornaments? They do have wallabies. Wallabies are also in Buckinghamshire as well. I don't think they're in my hometown, but nearby, near Aylesbury, there were some wallabies years ago when I was a kid. I guess people just had some wallabies and they released them into and they're from Australia. If people didn't know, they're like woolly kangaroo-ish things, but they grew extra big furry coats because it's a lot colder here. Yeah, we got some wallabies, mate. Busting from the womb day. What does that mean? What does that mean? Are you talking about someone's birthday? Is it anyone whose birthday is it in here? Anyone? Birthday. Whose birthday? Who have you heard? Enlighten. I'm going to get some warming water. Oh, it's Ghost Gerbil's birthday? I missed this. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. That was my Bluetooth joining in. Happy birthday, Ghost. Do you like dags? What did you get for your birthday apart from a trip to an ornamental garden? Steak? Evalan's in the house. Wallaby, wallaby, wallaby. Fucking 51. There we go. You look good. Try to keep on the adrenochrome, whatever it is you got going on there. Keep crushing baby skulls and sucking out the brains with a straw. If it works for you, do an advert. It's better than Neutrogena. Well, I don't know where I picked Neutrogena from. Probably the 80s. Maybe the 80s. But I'm feeling good. The weather's good this week. I'm back in shorts. We've got the legs out. The shorts will be. Fuck you! I'm gonna kill this thing now. This thing. Listen to this.
Power off.
Let me know when you're leaving your Bluetooth. You got some deck shoes. There we go. Do you have a deck on which to wear the deck shoes? Looking sharp. Still stem cells from the hospitals. Yeah, who wouldn't? That's all I'd be doing. I'll be looking in the hospital wastes for any regenerative stem cell research that's been going on. I'll just suck the human waste out of that bag. Yeah, you get the odd tit that's been cut off. The odd misshaped vulva in the milkshake. But you might, if you do get those youthful stem cells, then my brother downed a pint of pig's blood when he worked at Tesco's when they used to have more butchers in there. He downed a pint of pig's blood for £1. Was the bet that he did that for? Now, it was a while ago. Maybe it was 30 years ago. I don't know. So it might be worth £3 now. But he did, for less than the price of a beer, he downed a pint of pig's blood. And he's not a well man, physically or mentally. Percent some bag checks. They're like pizzas, basically, right? Just put anything on them except for pineapple. Look at the wind turbines. Is that a tourist site off the south coast? I mean, I went past them. I was on a train or a bus. I got another story. I got a bus yesterday. I got on the bus because it was a lot cheaper, and I went past some wind turbines. Here's what else happened on the bus, which will never make me never get the bus again. I stopped in a service station near Birmingham, and we went in, and they were going, "Do not bring any hot food. Do not bring any hot food." And what happened? some people brought McDonald's on. They were, I would say, difficult for me to say where they might be from. They were a family of, I'd say, first of all, retards. Secondly, they were of a ethnic minority, and they decided that they can bring McDonald's on. Now, when I got back on the thing, there was a commotion, and all I heard as I got on was, "Don't you pull the fucking race card with me," because I guess what had happened is the driver had said, "Get off, take your McDonald's off," and what had happened is there was an argument ensued. Then an accusation of racism was made, and then the driver just got in their face and went, "Don't you pull the fucking race card with me." And at that point, the father of the person with the McDonald's grabbed the driver around the neck like this, which then prompted a phone call to the police. So then I'm sat at service station for 90 minutes while the police come. Now, first of all, one of them looked like he'd take on a few people. The other one was a dumpy bitch. Why are you letting fat people in the police? What's the point in letting fat people in the police? It's no, you should say no. And now, if you're going to get fat while you're in the police, you're fired. You get 6 weeks and you're out. You can't jump over fences or chase people. You're just huffing and puffing. You're more likely to use your taser. So when I was in New York years ago, there was just a fat pig American cop, like, "Hey man," and she's got a gun, and you know that all she's going to do is just shoot someone. It's like she's not going to run or do anything. Don't let dumpy bitches in the police, please. I've got a picture of her. Should we get a picture? Now I'm angry. Yeah, this one turned out. And then it was just this waiting, and the driver refused to go any further. This is my fault for getting a bus. The driver refused to go any further at all. So we just had to wait. So I got in at like 9:15 last night. There's WPC dumper. Don't, please, if you can't fit through a tunnel on an assault course, you're not allowed in the police. And I would say maybe that's West Midlands police out there. I would suggest that was West Midlands police. So yeah, my second interaction with the police during the week, but this wasn't anything to do with me. This was over a McDonald's. This was over some McDonald's, some fries. Black Metal Pans paid for that. I know, it's madness. I remember years ago finding out that police could get free snacks at petrol stations and stuff because obviously that when required for trouble, they'll just come back. And I remember when I was like 17 calling one of them WPC Porker. I was like, "You're coming in here just taking Monster Munch to shove in. You need to be fit and proper to be a police officer. I'd say you got to be in it. You got to be able to beat people up. Get in there." But yeah, it didn't get any more violent, and I thought it might, because also I think the son or whatever that had the McDonald's might have been a bit as well, and they started screaming about God. They go, he's going to hell. He's going to hell. I know he's going to hell. His soul is bad. So, but I was kind of like, I was a bit annoyed about certain things, but I was kind of relaxed about it. I was like, you know what? It's sunny. I'm sitting down. It was a slog to get back, but I didn't really care. I kind of want it to be Thursday already for a multitude of reasons. So I was like, it's 2 hours closer to Thursday. So I got in at like 10 p.m. last night into the house. But next time we get in the train, ladies and gentlemen, next time we go to London. Yeah, but there wasn't even any extra violence. I was hoping they would come on and then they would kick off more, and then they'd have to taser them. I was hoping for some action, but there was just none. It was just very long, drawn out conversations with both parties. And then the driver going, "I'm not doing any more work today." Yeah. Your ex-girlfriend is a loser, Evelyn? Yeah, well, they all are. They all are. That's why they're your ex. If they had any sense, they would be with you today, right? My ex just went crazy and started. She had become a vegan during the relationship, and that's fine. She was pretty good, she'd make me steak and all that. But then she went extra crazy and was posting memes like, if you eat lamb, you're a psychopath. Like, with all seriousness. So at that point, I was just like, yeah, that's enough. She's crazy. Yeah, well, you attract crazy. Maybe you're crazy. Yeah, I've definitely had the crazy. Yeah, it's not even worth it. It's not even worth me talking about it. Yeah, there's been some real people who should be in facilities, obviously, because they're with me. But more than that, it's like, oh god, why is there a brown mark on your floor? Oh, sorry, you were so drunk you were hopping along the floor and you left a shit stain on your floor. You're disgusting. Yeah, Joe. Now she's got a baby. Great times will be had for the next generation, is all I'll say. Not good. I hope it's not mine, because even if it is, I won't pay for it. And if you come and tell me it's mine, what if baby has a little accident? That's all I'm saying. Just enough of an accident to make it not worth paying for anymore. Humpty Dumpty. I don't mean that. I don't mean any of the things that I'm saying. It was the next thing that I thought of saying. I don't mean it. Yeah, there's crazy people everywhere. But I've been crazy too, you know. I've done and said crazy things. In friendships and relationships, and yeah. Not regrets. I'd say most of them. There's a couple of things I wish I hadn't done. The pretending to be the pretending not to be able to tie my laces is one of my favorites to this day, because I had a doing up my shoelaces for 2.5 days. 2.5 days in public, and I was ashamed. That was a good one. I think that's okay. That's slightly abusive, but also I think it is funny. It is really funny as well, because I would do the fact I would get all like it's happened again. Can you just? I'm really sorry. It's happened again. And then she'd get down like in the shop and do up my laces, and I couldn't. The grin was great, but then you had to get back in the character when she stood up, and I was like, oh, "Thank you so much. I feel so stupid." No, you're not stupid. Let's get you some dinner. The bad one that I did was pretending to be gay at 3 a.m. That was the bad one. That was a 2 or 3 hour conversation of coming out. None of obviously not true, and then packed my stuff and walked away, and then told her it was a joke. I still like that I did that, but it was real. It was like hours. It was like 2 or 3 hours of crying and everything in the middle of the night, like at 3-4 a.m. Packed all my stuff and got down the corridor. It was in the student halls at the time, and I was like, "See you later." And then crying, said that was a joke. I can't quite. I know there was quite a bit of anger, but there was also like she couldn't help but laugh every time she got angry. So it was like, so it was kind of a good joke. You're angry, but you're laughing most of the time as well. I wish I could remember the whole, because it obviously went on for like days after that. It's like, how the fucking could you do that? But then it was funny. So it probably cost me a couple of like 2 for £5 lamb mint burgers in Weatherspoons, because it was a long time ago. Probably, and we probably stole the cutlery and tomato sauce and little mayonnaise like the rest of the other times in there as well. I don't remember though. Yeah, but maybe. Well, maybe it's around somewhere. I don't know. Maybe years ago. I don't know. I'll have to look at some other stuff. But it was. I did. The shoelaces thing does make me laugh. The other one, the gay one, does too. But that's a little bit more because it was honestly hours, and I was crying. I was the tears were out. I don't know how the fuck I did it. I kind of got in the character. Oh, absolute belter. But I've not done it since. I haven't needed to since because almost everyone since has been absolutely mental, like so mental, fine, and then mental. So I haven't even needed to do anything. They've just been like, now being hit and screamed at because you've got borderline personality disorder. So we'll see. Shoelaces one was great. I remember exactly. It was near the churchyard I was sick in the other night. It was a beautiful, beautiful summer's day near the Memorial Gardens. There's all these really nice gardens around. And I just remember it was on a bench. I think I'd met her for lunch because she worked in a car garage. On reception, she wasn't a big mechanic. And I don't know what made me think of it. I think my shoelaces had come undone. And she went, you don't be shoelaces. And I was like, I either said I don't know how, or I'd let it go and said I'll do it in a minute. And then I started to get the idea. But again, I had to put on a bit of a performance. It had to have been something like this is going to sound so stupid. Like honestly, I feel really stupid. So, tell me. I was like, no, I can't. Honestly, it's really embarrassing. And I just never learned to tie them. And because in reality, I had this little shoe when I was a kid, like a cardboard shoe, maybe from the Scouts or Cubs, maybe. Or Beavers, maybe. I don't know. Or school. But I had the shoe, and that's how I learned to tie the laces right. I still tie them a bit weird, to be honest. I even went back to the story about that cardboard shoe, and I was like, I got the shoe, and I took her back to that's how I got her. I took her into my childhood. I was like, used to practice every day, like for weeks, and I could never do it. I got humiliated, bullied, and now I can't. I feel so stupid. That's why I wear slip-on shoes or trainers. Now, but these have come undone. I'll just tuck them in. Do you want me to? No, you can't. You can't. I'll just tuck them in, and then they'd come out again. And then she went down and did them for the first time, and it was great. Maybe I will try. Maybe I will try something else with the new one. Do you know what I mean? Maybe I will try something else. But you never know when they're watching, do you? So you've got to be like, yeah, something else will have to come out. I'll have to have a good think about it. But those two things both came in the moment, pretty much. I think maybe the gay one was planned. Maybe it was like earlier in the night, and I planned. I think maybe I put more thought into that. But the shoelaces one was definitely more in the moment. So I could have a think, but then also, be awaiting the opportunity to, the cardboard shoe. That's not too bad. Third grade isn't too bad. That's like 8, isn't it? I mean, it's a bit. I'd be worried about my kid if they can do that by then, but I don't think it's that bad. I mean, I was in my 20s. I was like, I don't know how old I was, 23, 24. I don't know. I was like, I can't. I'm so embarrassed. Yeah, I will. And I might have, but maybe in some newer things that I'll do. Probably, for next year, because the stuff I did the other day, I mean, it's all right, but a lot of it I'll get rid of soon. But it'll be a longer thing for next year, so I might put in the shoelace and the gay stuff. I don't care. It is true, though. I just have to figure out how to say it. Maybe I could do it as a channel redeem as well and get people to come up with ideas. Like, what lie could I tell to people that I'm in a relationship with? What could be the big lie? And then decide how long. Like, how is it a short one? like a day or an hour, 2 days, or is it like months? But then you got to balance the risk of, it actually hurting someone's feet. I don't actually want to hurt someone's feelings or cause problems. But something that's kind of a joke, but a little bit disrespectful is that's where the sweet spot is. Just be a little bit disrespectful. You could fix with like several dinners, several meals. You can fix. I don't know. Pretend to be retarded, like, but just like, and all this is like, I'm just really. It's like someone with Tourette's where they're trying to not swear, and they're getting it down most of the time. But occasionally, it's like, "Can't, your mother's can't." But occasionally, I could just my tongue could just fall out my mouth for like an hour. Like, what are you doing? It's hard. It's hard keeping the tongue in for days. Like, normally I do this when I'm in the toilet, and it's like go back to my natural sort of. And then I have to psych myself up, and it's like, oh. But I can get control over it, but I'm naturally retarded. I could try that. Fifth grade. Oh, that's pretty stupid, Kelly. That's fair. Autistic brother was reading fifth grade books in kindergarten. There was no shortage of hard done with that ever. Yeah. Literally. All right, that's fair. No, I still think because of the amount of like typos you get, I still think you've probably got like or had some level of dyspraxia or dyslexia or some kind of language processing issue, but it doesn't mean you're stupid. That's my real answer. It just means you're different. You're differently abled. You're more suited to like laying on your back with a bottle in your mouth, right? You're good at that. Good at drinking. And that stuff like dyspraxia and stuff as well, because it's commonly with dyslexia, but it makes you physically like fucked as well. My niece is dyspraxic, always falling over and bumping into shit. And that the same girlfriend with the shoelaces, I kind of unofficially diagnosed with dyspraxia, and she went to get an assessment, and then she was, because she's like, I can't ride a bike. So obviously I didn't leave that alone for weeks. So what is wrong with you? Always walking down like Bournemouth High Street and just falling onto a shoulder and then have pain for the rest of her life. So why didn't you put your hands out? And then some reading issues, but super intelligent as well. Did really well before she got help, but then she'd have to have the university were very good, actually. The University of Southampton were very good. They gave her coloured sheets to put over the computer screen and that kind of stuff, like purple and yellow, and that really helped with reading. But yeah, no, I reckon you've got like a legitimate reason for being an idiot. Is what I'm saying. I don't think it's just idiocy. Is idiocy a thing? Is idiocy like a medical term? Like, she's got idiocy. I don't know. Like leprosy. Like, don't go near her. She's got leprosy. It's like, don't give her scissors. She's got idiocy. Is it a medical term? I don't know. I just ask questions. Fine line between prank and social. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and I think. Yeah, I can't remember what my friend Sam did to his girlfriend, but his was a little. I can't remember what it was, but it was pretty mean, like really mean. I think he might have broke up. I think he might have broke up with his one, but then not meant it. It's not. That's bad. I wouldn't do that. So I don't actually. That's bad, and it can really the backfire potential is big. I I think I could use the gay one again. I think I could use that again. I think we could bring it out of the cupboard and use it again. But like, it's obviously would be maybe more people are understanding now and be like, oh, it's okay. We can. I think she was understanding, but it was more like, I love you, but I've got to go now because I'm gay. I think that was the situation. Like, I have to leave. It will be interesting to see, like, okay, I understand sometimes you're thinking about penis and stuff, but we can still be together. And then every now and then at dinner, like for years, I can just go, "Ooh, look at that old cock over there." I don't know. I don't know. But a lot of things. My brother's legally blind, so ran into walls. Oh, he's eye retarded. Idiot means private person. What about idiot savant? Like, now would it be on the ASD spectrum with high local perception abilities? Does idiot savant mean private idiot? Yeah, I mean, if your brother's blind, you're better than him. You're romantically better than him. He's like, you're blind. Hey, I know what colours are. All right. Legally blind though is kind of you could almost see everything, right? It could be that you could see, like Stevie Wonder isn't blind. He's not blind. He's not like, he can see loads of stuff. He catches mic stands and all that stuff. But you just can't see enough to have the acuity to drive, get around perfectly, right? You can be legally blind, but see almost everything. But just be a bit like, what's that? Oh, the square, the rectangle. Stevie Wonder was out there catching mic stands for years. There's a video of it. There's one video of it. That's the non-misinformation sentence. But it's funny if saying there's years, videos. A little more clean cut, it's more believable. Doctor wants to annoy me because I couldn't immediately remember blood analysis results. I told him I'm not Rain Man. Yeah, exactly. It's a good defense. I'm not Rain Man is a really good defense for loads of stuff. Oh, is that why it was? Oh, for God's sake. Yeah, but then the person who termed neurodivergent will probably get done for beating up Koreans or something. And then we'll have to just go back to whatever we called them before. It's also to get away with like people feeling they've got something wrong with them. Like, I have autism, I have Asperger's. It's like, I'm just diverse, which is fair. Tons of videos. There we go. Yeah, exactly. I'd be questioning it all the time. What do you mean, legally blind? Because it'd be good in some situations. Like, I'm not looking at your tits. See, the pupils aren't dilating. When you're blind, they can walk on okay, but can't really see your face. Hit it for teachers for years. Wild. How's a lot of stuff can go missing. Prosopagnosia is it? I think it's prosopagnosia where you can't recognize faces, you can't perceive faces, and they recognize you with your voice, like your gait, maybe your head shape, but they cannot even their own face. Like, they cannot perceive recognition from a face, which is a pretty wild one. I worked with a guy with prosopagnosia, right, and did an experiment on him. I did years ago, and I dropped a whiteboard on his head, and it's on video. I don't think, maybe I've got those videos somewhere on some hard drive, you know. But he was a dickhead as well, by the way. But it was really unique. He got it from a car accident. But I was doing something with him and filming it. a whiteboard that I'd put on this desk in front of him. I can't remember what I'd done, like written something on there, and it fell over. Or he was so sausage fingered, he grabbed the table and the whiteboard just smacked on his head. And it's all on video. And then I'm like, oh, it's just me. Like, are you all right? But I hope, I might have fixed him a bit. What if he'd have been able to see faces after that, or perceive faces? I could have fixed it. I might have made him worse. Might have given him a tumor. Either way, I never told anyone about it. I didn't fill an incident report out. I'll just say, you're right. Are you all right, Eric? I think his name was Eric. If you Google Eric and prosopagnosia, you'll probably be able to find him. I don't know. He's the only guy in the UK with a certain type of it. $2,500. Wow. So one's extra fucked, right? And one's normal. TB in a seedy Hong Kong orphanage in the 70s. More depth perception. That's interesting. If you look off to the side of something at night, you'll see better. I can't remember which around, but we've got rods and cones, right? And if you look just off to the side of where you're looking, it aligns up. Is it the rods that are good at night vision? I can't remember. I used to know a lot about the eye. But yeah, if you're ever in the dark, just... uses a cane like Stevie Wonder. That is more than fair. I'm just going to pick some earwax out of my ear, give it a sniff as well while I'm at it. I'm going to fuck off soon because maybe we'll get to an hour. Maybe not. That is my Asperger's, and I'm going to keep calling it Asperger's. It's like saying you will not take the N-word away from me. I'm going to keep it Asperger's. So maybe say Asperger's, which is offensive, I think. Just to point out, I'm glad you've taken the N-word away from me. Have it. Not that you needed to take it away from me. God, stop talking. All right. No problem. One eye's fun. Interesting. Yeah, because we see in 2 dimensions and upside down. That's how we actually see. Everything's upside down and everything's 2D and from slightly different angles. But our brain makes it like this. From the back all the way back up to the front. It builds up the appearance of depth by making the pictures go like this. Just getting the cameras at the right angle and then using all your long-term knowledge, like what a table is, unless you have idiocy and then you're like, what's a table? That's the thing you're supposed to put your drink on instead of the floor, idiots. But it is interesting. Visual perception. Yeah, but it would be also upside down because I think it's when it hits your retina, it's inverted and in separate cameras as well. So your brain actually flips it, does that to it, and then uses memory and all your knowledge to apply to it. And you have a blind spot, of course, when you do these little experiments. So there's a big part of your visual field that has a hole in it. So when you look out, you can't see it because you're filling it in with memory. So somewhere like here, for instance, might be no reality at all. It's where your optic nerve hits your retina. But yeah, it doesn't look like there is. We can't see it when we're doing stuff because our eyes are stitching together reality and then going, oh, that should be there, that should be there. Let's fill this in a little bit so we don't. People aren't walking around going, fucking, why is there always some non-reality in my visual field? But yeah, it's not a bad analogy, that. Super Mario 64. What a great game that was. And Mario Kart off that. That was the first time I think Mario Kart came out. It was good on that. It was good on the Wii. I haven't really played it on anything else since, but go and watch Super Mario Brothers the movie, or it's on Amazon now, I think, or you can steal it from places like solarmovie.pe, maybe. Oh, I'm getting a hunger pang. I'm going to go and I'm going to organise my food for the evening, which is going to be curry with rice and chicken. But yeah, it's nice. It's the weather. It's the weather. I'm in shorts, feeling good. I'm feeling okay. I will hopefully in the next couple of weeks have venues for Manchester Fringe and all that stuff. So yeah, look out for that. Look out for that. Yeah, if you're in Manchester. Apart from that, that'll do. Tomorrow, I'll potentially come on and talk about Philip Schofield. It'll either be tomorrow or Thursday, but I'm thinking tomorrow. Let's get it done. Let's get it done. Let's talk about the new TV nonce that Britain is great at. America must have them as well, but they just don't catch them, right? There must be some regulated, like Letterman or someone. Someone's got to be a grooming nonce.